want to show you guys something really quick before we start this video. Look at those floaties.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you after this. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we are actually in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is different for us because we are going to a very exciting appointment. Well, it's for me, but Greg's coming, right?
Yes. Greenwich Sports Medicine.
We are going to Greenwich Sports Medicine, which is going to be so fun, and they are helping me with my hip injury, which I have had for like over a year now. It prevents me from doing a lot of different things. It kind of gets triggered every now and again, but when it's in pain, I can't do lunges, I can't do back squats, so it's really time for me to get this figured out. We're going to talk about my squat form, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things, stretches, and we are taking you guys in there so you can learn a little bit about what you can do to prevent injury or to help your injury.
Mari is very good at working out, very good at eating right, very good at getting enough sleep and drinking enough water, but she does not stretch, and she doesn't warm up, and she doesn't
Why are you putting me on
do
blast?
anything for injury prevention. And we're getting old.
I'm getting better at it.
And so I'm very excited for this, and I love like sports science, sports exercise, sports, all that kind of stuff. We both need help.
We need help. So we're going in here to get our shiz fixed, and we're very lucky because we were invited here by a follower and friend, Jessica. She works here and she asked me if I wanted to come in, and I was like, absolutely. So I'm super excited to meet her, super excited to meet the team here, and let's go in and learn some stuff.
And we brought them bands.
We brought some bands.
What a treat.
I'm so good. Room.
Mari doesn't go to the doctor.
You know, here at Greenwich Sports Medicine, we're medical practitioners who are treating function and we're treating abnormal movements.
Yeah.
But we're not using medicine or we're not using surgeries. When we need those are applied.
Yeah.
You know, we work with tons of awesome surgeons when we need them. But the reality is, if we don't need surgery, let's try and avoid it. We're looking at the body as a machine. We're looking at it in its mechanics.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the mechanics moving correctly because, you know, if your car is diagnosed with a problem, maybe one of the tires is a little bit more deflated and it's creating a wobble. Same thing in the body. We'll use chiropractic as our base, our biomechanics. We're looking at how everything moves functionally, how everything should move, textbook, and then we compare the two. And that deviation between what's normal and what's your normal is usually the problem.
Yeah.
We use acupuncture to help with blood flow, with re-education of the body, chiropractic for manipulation and realignment of the body, and we also do a lot of nutrition and a lot of exercise. We're huge on rehab. Most people can fix everything that they have going on with correct movement. Let's see what's going on with your hip. Let's get a little more information from you, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So I guess it started, I started weightlifting, what, like a year ago?
November-ish. Maybe
Before
earlier.
that.
Yeah.
Before
Heavy,
that,
like...
I got up to like quite a heavy back squat, I would say. And
Was that after meeting you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I can see it.
Like 185. Like she can squat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had you ever exercised before that in that manner in terms of resistance?
She
training?
built her base at Planet Fitness, and it was like, you know, never free weights because it was Planet Fitness.
Sure. So
and then
like circuits.
So she was
6
super.
plates on the leg press.
Yes.
And my legs were super strong, so I was like, totally, I'll go right into squatting because we changed gyms.
Sure.
And I wanted to get more advanced. So I started back squatting, and I went with a stance that just felt right for me.
Okay.
Looking back on it, I don't know if that's it was very wide, I would
Okay.
say, and my toes were super pointed out.
But I would say from day one too, it's like we could tell that like her legs were strong enough, but her core was, you know, not at all strong.
You're
Like,
able to muscle through it.
yeah, but since she developed that base with the leg press, never using stabilization, you know, so she would be falling forward or like just ridiculous.
My back would give out.
Yeah, like so
Okay.
the core was, you know, free weights. She was never doing free weights, but she was super strong.
We'll test a bunch of different muscles, the joints, everything. We'll make sure, of course, the main goal, let's make sure there's no injury,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So trauma and injury versus micro trauma and micro injury, that's important. Do you currently have the pain? Is it constant or is it only when you trigger it?
Only when I trigger it.
And when you trigger it, does it go away instantly or is it something that like turns on and you're like crap for a couple days?
Goes away.
Okay.
it's like a quick pinch.
So let's do this. Before we even start,
Yep.
let me see just your squat position, okay?
Yeah.
See what you're doing.
So, should I say how I used to do it? I don't know if that matters.
Sure.
I used to go probably this wide, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this.
Okay,
And that hurts me right now.
okay.
Now, I probably go, still toes a little pointed out, maybe like here.
Okay. Go feel those. And do you feel the pinching when you're doing that?
Not as much as I did before, but a little.
When you pull that knee out a little further, you feel a little more pinching in the hip?
I guess, yeah.
I know this is going to sound weird.
Yeah.
But flexibility of your ankles matter a ton.
Okay.
Because when we squat,
Yeah.
squatting is a matter of how much we can move through the ankle determines how much your knees and your hips have to move.
Right.
Okay, not terrible.
She does basically no stretching.
Thank you, Greg.
No, but
Let
like,
it just
besides like, quick warm up.
that foot stops, right? So, I mean, you're basically just above 90 degrees,
Yeah.
right? So, dorsiflexion, where the foot comes up, is really important because when you go to squat,
Yeah.
your foot has to come like this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
What does that mean?
Just tightness. Look how one turns more, right?
Yeah.
So the right one is tighter.
So the right one doesn't rotate quite as much. Just let that nice and loose. And we'll look at ranges of motion. We'll see
Yeah.
how the hips move.
Yeah.
Then we'll do a couple muscle tests, see how everything is firing. So where is this going on? This is a matter of patterns. So
Yeah.
it's not one thing is the problem. It's a combination of things so far, but no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let's do a glute test real fast.
Okay.
I mean, you can see, if you want to look with the camera, I mean, you can feel look at my fingers, but I'm on the same exact spot on top of the pelvis on both sides. Well, this right side's higher, right?
So there's the same thing when I massage her front.
It's rotating.
Like this side is like literally like bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what's happening is it actually rotates, so it appears to be bigger because
Yeah.
it becomes more prominent. Let's try the glute here, okay?
Yeah.
So this is how we're going to do it. From here, all I want you to do, I'm going to lift your leg up here,
Yep.
squeeze that glute, hold the leg up. Any discomfort with that?
Nope.
How does your low back feel? Is it painful?
Good. Not painful.
Good, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to push down.
Okay.
Just try and resist me, okay?
Yep.
Keep going. Good. Good. Rest. Different already. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Right? You see how the
Yeah,
hip
for
dip?
sure.
Ready? So rest. Come all the way down.
Okay.
Let your back relax.
Yep.
Right? Hold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't let me push this down, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
She just totally rolled.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay?
So what's going on?
These muscles aren't firing as quickly as these ones on this side. And that may be happening probably because this became aggravated from
Yeah.
just kind of pinching it.
Yeah.
And then it starts to shut off these muscles. Hip flexor, so think about the body, and I know I'm giving you guys tons of information, but you got a videotape, so it's good.
It's great.
Hip flexor is opposite of hip extender.
Yeah, we can rewatch this.
Good. Glute max, right?
Yeah.
So these muscles here are opposite of the groin muscles, the adductors.
Yeah.
If one muscle's weak or tight, it automatically has an effect on the opposite muscle. This is the front. The adductors, the groin muscles come in and attach to the pelvis here. So when you do a squat, this part of the pelvis drops behind you.
Yeah.
So
Which she like super does, by the way. Like she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like when I learned to squat, I was taught to like kind of like tuck my pelvis.
she goes
in.
right into extension.
She goes, yeah.
Because you have stability by extending your back because now
Yeah.
you're leaning on your hip,
Yeah.
right? So I noticed that when you squatted too.
Yeah. We always called that like, okay, she's just tall. Like.
Extension is good. It's better than flexion. Flexion meaning rounding your back's bad for the discs of the spine, especially when you're loaded.
Yeah.
But neutral spine is really where you want to be.
So do you think is that what they're called, unilateral exercises are very good? Like I've been doing unilateral RDLs.
Okay.
And there's such a big difference between these legs.
Totally.
Should I like work on those
That's
exercises?
That's this weakness.
Yeah.
When you go onto one leg, well now these muscles are weak, so now you're over here.
Yeah, it's when I stand on my right leg.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Totally.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that? We get your brain activating these muscles much better so that they can get stronger.
Yeah.
So they're not causing a problem.
Yeah.
So that they're causing a benefit.
Yeah.
Right, it's stability.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
So general rule of thumb, would you rather see a patient with a more narrow squat stance?
It's body mechanics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? So we're all built a little differently. Okay? So for you, I would say back off squats.
Okay.
Work on your hip hinges, work on your unilateral RDLs, deadlifts, posterior chain exercises. Getting this glute muscle on the side and the back activated much better, right? So side walks with a band, lateral band walk.
Love those.
Right, clamshells with a band. Using a little piece of wire to create a stimulus from your brain to the area that we're working on. Acupuncture typically, for our purposes here, we'll keep your pants on, but typically it would go skin, direct skin pressure. But the idea is that for you, glute max and glute medius and minimus are weak. They're inhibited. So what we're going to do, we're going to target the superior gluteal nerve and the inferior gluteal nerve. Those are the nerves that supply these muscles, okay? Which is going to help the brain to learn what it should feel like to actually move the muscle. When the needle becomes very close to that point, what's going to happen is it stimulates a contraction. You'll feel the same thing here. Good, you might feel that jump.
What is that, like half an inch deep?
In terms of how deep we go?
Yeah.
Everybody's a little different, depending on the size of the muscles, the length and depth of the nerves.
Yeah. How deep is that in her?
So those are about, I'd say, 2 inches or so.
Really?
Yeah. So
Whoa.
they're pretty deep. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go very slow. Just tell me when you start to feel a little tapping.
There we go. That's so weird.
So we'll go a little higher so you can get the whole muscle moving there. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. You might feel a little soreness, like workout soreness.
Yeah, it feels like I'm working out, but
Yes.
like very fast.
Right?
I don't know.
Nothing. Just like bodybuilder.
Okay,
She's a bodybuilder.
Okay. So actually it'll give us cool info because we can see like what your rate of force development would looks like.
Yeah.
So and we can do some other like plyo tests just to see what it to give us good info.
Yeah.
Because you are so dominant with just probably concentrics, isometrics, eccentric, things
Yeah.
like that.
LLEWELLYN.
It doesn't show us just the jump. It shows us
Yeah.
what your body's doing under all these different forces. So they'll compare a sprint to a counter movement jump or a squat jump, and they relate pretty well to how people like get off the blocks in a sprint. Okay.
I thought I was doing the biggest jump ever.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were going to hit the ceiling. I was like...
I saw a bunch of...
I'm dead.
We do take out the tiles, but that's why.
And they were all geared up, and I was like, no, they're not.
It's really funny to watch yourself on slow-mo, right?
I thought I did the biggest jump ever.
No, don't go. Okay, ready.
Pull on, I'll tell you when to jump. Jump. Good jump. So then we look at glute med on the left first.
So why is that the glute number so much lower than the quad?
So it's picking up the activity. So if there's more activity in the quads, so whatever kind of activity there's
Deactivated.
Yeah. So like he's saying, there's a lot less activity
My
going
glutes are
on
not doing
in the
anything.
glutes compared to the quads. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. You can stop there, I don't know. Especially on the right. That right VMO.
So, like, on the internet, the hip thrust is, like, supposed to be, like, pure isolation glute.
Yeah, but so Brett Contreras, he's the one that does the research on that stuff. And actually, him and I I've messaged him about because this is what he does, right?
I was talking about him in there.
Yeah.
Oh, he would love this at the glute lab?
We'll in a second. Just for comparison's sake, let's try just an unweighted on the floor,
Frog pump?
like frog pump, just to
I'm
see.
not going to squish these things, right?
No, they should be okay. There we go. Yep.
Alrighty guys, we just finished up at Greenwich Sports Medicine, GSM. It was such a cool experience. I learned so much. I saw multiple different doctors. I just learned all about imbalances and how sometimes when you feel like you have an injury, it's not actually an injury. It's about repeated bad patterns, and it's just fixing things that you do on a daily basis. And we learned about how everything's connected, and it was so awesome. I really hope you guys enjoyed that footage and enjoyed coming to my appointment with me. It was so interesting and cool. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and check out Greenwich Sports Medicine if you are in the area. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.